bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
You want to get the crowd out of the game? Make it boring. Pound the football. Run the football right at them. It takes the juice away. It takes that sauce away. You don't get to those third down situations where they get absolutely bonkers and it's hard for the quarterback to even think. Just run the football right at them.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They'll give it to him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Anderson will throw. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
Fires downfield. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. The Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today. He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this...
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollock, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his
and that pass intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Dogs! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Quarterback will audible. He'll start this drive firing. The sure hands, it's Tuggle. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. That's caught. It's Evans. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
Let's go! Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Coming after it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. To the air, it's Rashada. Still looking on the move. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. Never a doubt. And now the lead's extended a little further. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Here's the handoff. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense and their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
To the ground, he's got it again. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Quick completion on the out route. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
The RPO, it's complete. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Anderson wants to throw. He looks that one in nicely. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Squeezes ahead for a couple. They'll get it out to the 9.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
On second down, he'll fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's how you blow up the screen pass here on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast, force the incompletion.
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And here comes the offense on second down. Handoff to the lone back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Surging forward on the sneak. Just nowhere to go against his defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
Man, I like the call. 3rd and inches, I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
Now, I think as a play caller, that just makes you second-guess everything. You'd love to think you can just dial up QB sneak to pick up that first down. Now, you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going.
Grab behind the line. It's Tuggle. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he showed you the arm talent on the throw.
Feeling some heat. He'll pull it down. From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Rashada. They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
Pressure coming. He's going for a big play downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Back open in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Canes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he's going to run it back. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. Didn't get much on the return, but what a huge play, and they are in business at the 24. So you come out of the locker room for the second half, and right away, you throw a pick.
Bad news, too, because you go into the locker room and you sort of regroup, and you start thinking about how you're going to attack this defense, what adjustments you're going to make. You feel like you got a good plan running out of the locker room, and then to throw a pick right away, man, that is a gut punch.
Finds his man. It's Johnson. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
It's now 2nd and goal.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. They'll try to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hurricane. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. First down here for the offense. Pulls and fires complete. Open space at the 25. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
Caught behind the line. It's Robinson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Hey, man, that's really good decision-making there by the quarterback, too, because that play is called early in the downs because you're hoping to take a shot, right? You're hoping to push it down the field. But if the defense takes it away, find your check down. Find the running back out of the backfield and get some positive yards.
To the air, it's Rashada. Trying to get to it. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Ball is at the 41 as his defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. It's complete. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Unloads it downfield. He got it. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The Dogs line it up with a 1st and goal.
Come on, set.
They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, not a lot of space down here on the goal line when you're trying to run the football. You might want to think about going to the perimeter or maybe throwing it next time.
They lost ground on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Rashada. Into the end zone, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Georgia! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Just about set to kick it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game.
He's going for the big play. And it's picked off.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Bringing it back. The 20. Touchdown, Canes. What a great play by the defensive, paying it off with the interception return.
Defensive score.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on.
14.
North Texas has some work to do. There's no other way to put it. But the mantra of this program is hard hats, hard work. And if they can chip away here, they may be able to pull this out. They're trailing by 10 to Duke. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I tell you, they tried to go draw in the middle of the field. That back had nowhere to go with the football. He was tackled right away for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Rashada. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one.
42 Spider. 4-2.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. The sweet feet buy a little time. Got his man downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field. And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
Throws to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window. And you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Rashada. Fakes the grab on the left. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, fourth down, offense has to make a decision.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. One final play before the end of the quarter. To the air on first down. Getting some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Grabbed on the outside, it's Johnson. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Finds his target down the middle. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. The Hurricanes with the 1st and 10. Keeps it on the bootleg. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Offense gets set for second down. He'll just keep slinging it. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
It doesn't get any better from your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Looking for a deep man. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
All right, sense of urgency now has to go through the roof for this team. They needed their defense to come up with that turnover right there. So if you're on offense, you got to get these plays called. You got to get aggressive, take some shots, because you can now go and win this game.
Fires to the right. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Takes it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Ready?
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to throw. It's Rashada. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the second play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Line gets set, 1st down. He wants to throw. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
It's pretty amazing at this point of the game. They're still in a position to win. Not everything has gone right for them up to this point, but with a couple minutes left on the clock, if they can get a touchdown here, get a stop, and then get another score, they win. But they've got to start being aggressive and taking shots.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. He's going to pass. They're bringing heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Negative play on 1st down. That's what a defense always wants. Anderson will throw. Coming. Oh, no, the ball popped out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And this really puts it out of reach. I mean, it was already a tall order, and you had to be aggressive in this situation. But now, with this turnover, this one's all but over.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Let's see if both sides are content to just let this half run out. The offense takes a knee. Defense still has all 3 timeouts. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And they'll take a knee. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. What a matchup we have today. Momentum has been building each and every week, and now these two undefeated teams will square off. As we'll see, the winners of 6 straight, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Canes will boot it away to start the game. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Offense getting set for first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's past the 30. Oh, look out! Drills him with the stiff arm. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got an open man. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Yeah, and these big fellas, man, they can run so well at their size. A lot of times you see these tight ends, they don't necessarily run around you, but so physical to be able to break tackles and then make those extra yards after the catch.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. A first down for the offense.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Now the play fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Tuggle. Stumbled to the ground.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They go to the ground. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On the move. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
And I got to be ready mentally and physically. Mentally, I got to know exactly where the sticks are. 4th and 2. Can't dilly-dally around. Got to run physical. Got to break tackles. Got to go through people. Whatever I need to do to get that 2 yards. Nice job running the football.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Oh, and the extra point is blocked. So they had the blocked extra point, had to settle for 6, and they hope the kickoff goes a little smoother. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll run it from the gun. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. They just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do they do most of the time? They keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
And this offense choose to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed now. Early in the game, a chance to create momentum, to swing back to the other side of the football field.
Using his legs to buy some time. A strike downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Headed to the end zone, and he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Georgia!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2.
Let's go!
Calls his own number. Bounced off his feet.
And these decisions to go for 2, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
Miami.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 91, set to kick this one.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue.
Going deep. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Miami. What a grab and go for the score. PAT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8. They'll run it to the right side. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Feeling some heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
That was not exactly helpful to this defense, as they'll have their backs against the wall as the ball will be put in play close to the 40. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the gun, running back gets to give. And a short gain on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the first.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Georgia 12, Miami 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Back to throw, it's Mueller. He's got his man. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
And perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the Bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical and then get them against.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on third down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And the try is no good. And they miss the opportunity to draw closer, still down by 5. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
We just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on 3rd down. Shows him the stiff arm. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Ohio State is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. And quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Troy Smith, and they're right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to North Carolina. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The offense set for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got enough space, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Hurricane! Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more. Lofts one high and deep. Makes the grab at the 30. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
Now on second down.
Cricket.
He's looking to throw. Now adjusting. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's third and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Another incompletion on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Splits the uprights. It's good. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking downfield, it's Mueller. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And a nice job separating by the slot receiver on that in route. Man-to-man coverage. He put his foot in the ground and created a little bit of separation. And that made that play work.
On second down, just keeps firing. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages. Because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
How about that catch and toe tap to get the first down?
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Now from inside the red zone. Moving away from pressure. Those defenses were smelling blood, and the quarterback got down. Smart move.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was in that last game.
So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. It's good. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Fielded in the end zone. It's Frazier. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Only 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
With the score, Georgia 22, Miami 17.
Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime, and you riled yourselves up, and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Going to take a shot. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. Offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing his defense on third down. Dropping back, it's Mueller. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down. And the Hurricanes will bring the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Takes the handoff. It's Frazier. Still running at the 40. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Might as well give it to him again. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score coming on the touchdown pass from 55 yards out. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Returner goes out of bounds.
Comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here.
Running toward the tape. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They're trying to get to it. Fires to the big fella. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Back to pass. It's Mueller. Pulls it in. Touchdown, Canes. You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming courtesy of that touchdown toss from 45 yards out. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
First down for this offense.
Cricket. Reload.
The give to the left side. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Third down, man. You'd think this offense would want to throw it down the field, at least past the sticks. With this defense and their athleticism and speed, they gobbled him up behind the line of scrimmage.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
He's got it. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You just got to get this guy going in the offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on first down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game, let him make something happen and set up second and short.
They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Just on the edge of the red zone. First and 10 from the 21. Right back to the well. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about...
Touchdown, Miami! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And with the extra point, they have a 2-point lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Got a lot of running room. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Dogs!
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Ohio State is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a tight one so far in Columbus. They're up by a field goal over North Carolina. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. He'll keep it himself. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
Keeps the legs moving. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Looking to move it through the air. Throws for the tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They'll run it to the right. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Looking to throw, it's Mueller. He makes the connection. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
Brings up second down. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Georgia 36, Miami 31.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The give out of the gun. Just a 1-yard gain leaves him with 3rd and 9.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. On 4th down, looking to pass. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that 4th down stop and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here in the 4th quarter to get me the football back.
Got him downfield. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the 4th quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. He wants to throw. They're setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down.
Get set, get set.
Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. Across the 25. Bounding over the top. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia! With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Looking downfield, it's Mueller. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Fires into a world of traffic, and it's picked off. Taking it the other way. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to take